Good afternoon and welcome to a quick look at my latest and last acquisition for the year. Hopefully, well, I don't know if I say hopefully or not, but this might even be the last engine acquisition I have for a long time. I've spent an awful lot of money this year on engines, bought and sold a lot, and quite honestly I think 2017 is going to be a slightly different year for me. So this could be the last engine I buy for a very long time. Famous last words. Anyway, this just arrived in the mail today. I got it off of RC Groups for a pretty darn good price from an awesome RC Groups member. You can see this, it's an Enya 64 cycle. This engine looks quite nice on the outside. So I wanted to take a quick look and see. I'm sure it's been run, I think. It's had some kind of oil coming from it here that would not be seeping from an engine that was from the factory. So I'm assuming that it's been run once, but once or twice, I'm not really sure, but it's in such nice condition and you really couldn't tell. Now you saw this thing come right off. This is kind of, for an Enya 4-stroke engine, this is kind of a telltale place I look. If I can pull that off by hand, it definitely doesn't have a whole lot of runtime on it. There's a little bit of caster or fuel residue on that, so I'd say it's been run. But if you look at the front of that bearing, this is an area that tends to really accumulate a lot of garbage. And let me grab a Q-tip real quick and see if any of that stuff I'm seeing there comes off. Yeah, so there's some stuff on this bearing, but it's really not wanting to come off. I'm getting stuff on this Q-tip, but it's really not cleaning that off. So, yeah, maybe a little bit. So this engine has been run. It turns over, and I can put this back on. It's got really good compression for an Enya 60. I'd say that feels about normal. So, it's got good compression. Let's take a look at the exhaust stem. And these little collets that hold the exhaust pipe in place. They also will collect some fuel, carbon, exhaust residue. Okay, so those don't look too bad. It smells like an after-run oil of some sort has been put in this. Yeah, the exhaust valve stem has some discoloration on it. So right now I'm thinking, let's have a couple of tanks through it. So let's take it down a little bit further anyway here. Let's take this glow plug off. Take a look inside there. I'm pretty sure you're just going to see a clean piston. I don't think there's really going to be much to see there. See that? Just looks like a clean piston. As we've discussed several times, you may not begin to even discolor a piston for, I don't know, half gallon, gallon of fuel, so that doesn't really tell us a whole lot. It just tells us it doesn't have 5 gallons through it. That was rather loose. That one feels torqued properly. Oh wow, look at that. That looks brand spanking new in there. Now that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right at all. This is not good. We've got some damage here. That's why that screw didn't feel right. Well, this is very bad actually. Yeah, this is very bad. Some serious damage to this post here. You see that screw there? That's not a good thing at all. I'll have to see if there's any way I'll be able to fix that. Should be a set screw in here. There he is. Guess that set screw still screws in there. I think I want to keep it screwed in. Okay, so this is not a good thing there. I can actually move that with my finger, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to at minimum JB weld that. There's a set screw in that one too, so that's good. Let's hope we don't have any other surprises. I don't like surprises like that. Okay, well, that kind of sucks. Let's at least take this exhaust manifold or intake manifold off and carb off and take the head off and look at the top of the piston. I could do a box to the bench review of this engine, but now seeing that damage there, I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and just start taking a little bit closer look at this engine. It does have a gasket there. You know what? To get this head off, I'm going to have to take those set screws up and push these rocker arms out. I wasn't planning on doing a look inside. I called this a quick look, but anytime I see damage like that, now things change a little bit. I mean, I think I can remedy that with a little bit of JB weld. It's just kind of irritates me to see that kind of thing. I did not oil or heat these it up, but I think I want to now. Oh, let's break it free. One felt kind of... Let's go back and give this one another shot. This one felt kind of weird. Okay, now we're good. So far I'm somewhat disappointed, but as long as I got this head off, I'm probably going to keep the head off and go ahead and do my little JB weld fix to that post and see how good I can do at it. It's going to only take a small amount, but it's just not a good thing. I hate to see that on a near pristine engine. Alright, so here's our piston. Does look basically new. Let's see if I can completely dry. Cam followers of the tappets here. I can see suction, them moving freely, so there's really no need in me going any further than this. What I'm probably going to do here is just pour some oil. Marvel Mystery Oil because I don't have any 3-in-1 oil. Put some Marvel Mystery Oil in here and lube that up some. Actually, those followers move well enough that maybe I can coax them out with a magnet. I don't know. Well, I had to field a call from my wife and I kind of lost my train of thought here, so while I was on the phone with her I started looking at this head again, and now I'm really kind of pissed. Started looking at this thing and the post just started to crumble. A big chunk just fell off. I don't know if the camera's going to focus. So now I've got some really microscopic pieces of this head, and now this is really starting to suck because this is, I don't know if this is something I'm going to be able to fix now or not. It's kind of just crumbling there. I mean, I'm going to give it a shot, but worst case scenario is now I got to buy a new damn head, and that's not going to be cheap. So I don't know, I'm kind of bumming right now. Anyway, let's look at the valves real quick. Looks pretty low run time there, but like I said, I really can't think about anything right now other than the fact that I may have to replace this whole damn head now if I can't get this fixed to a decent level here. So I'm going to turn the video off and just look inside of this Enya 64 cycle right here and see if there's any way I can salvage this shit.